Hello, this is Niev with the Rainbow Cauldron, and today is February 11th, 2014. Uh, the moon is waxing and still in Cancer, and this is your daily general reading. The first card I put down will be from the Druid Animal Oracle deck, and it will represent the general theme throughout the day, something to think about. The four cards surrounding the center card will be from the Ghosts and Spirits Tarot deck, which I may be using the little white booklet with because it is a very interesting deck that relies heavily on specific stories. So I will be using the little white book to to clarify some of the stories. And the first card will represent morning time, sunrise, then noon, and then sunset, early evening, and nighttime. Okay, so the first card is the goose, and we got the goose 2 days ago on the 9th. And I always think it's interesting to get the same cards throughout the week because it really shows the connections with previous days, and that these sorts of energies don't just go away overnight or over a couple nights. A lot of these energies are sticking around for a little while, so it's not surprising to get repeat cards. And so the goose, as I said before, the keywords for the goose were vigilance, parenthood, and productivity. Um, so what's the goose is ready to take on responsibilities and is ready to make a commitment. He's creative and productive, and it's a strong sense of working with a partner. And we've kind of been getting a lot of teamwork type of feelings this week so far. Um, and uh, and here again up in the sky we have a teamwork sort of feeling. And as I said in the previous reading that had the goose, this really represents a connection with creative thought and intellect, the air representation here, along with emotional stability, the calm waters here, and being grounded. And that's what we see with the goose being firmly on the ground here. So it's creative thought, stable emotions, and a grounded, earthy sort of feeling. The only element that's not in here is fire, which represents passion and energy. So it's kind of a slow and steady, productive feeling. And this card also has a lot to do with family attachments. So, and yesterday we got the stag, and I mentioned that the stag makes me think of the horned god, which then makes me think of a sort of a fatherhood type of energy. So I do feel like this week is having a lot to do with some sort of family connection. And that's what we see here with the goose. Okay, so the four cards surrounding it. Let me pull these out. Okay, so the first card in the morning is the Queen of Wands. Okay, and then we have the King of Swords. I'm going to put that right like that so we can see the card. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which we got during the weekly reading, I believe. And finally, the last card is the Eight of Swords. Okay, and I'll put it right there so we can still see the card. Okay, so the Queen of Wands. Okay, um, so the story in this card is about the White Ladies, which kind of makes me giggle. But um, so these were ghosts, lady ghosts, dancing near moonlit ravines, bridges, and other narrow passageways. If passerbys acted kindly, then they were treated well. But if they were rude, they were punished. And the white ladies helped travelers, women in childbirth, and minors. Um, and all four elements are represented in this card. We have the air, we have water, um, we have her fiery hair here, and we have the earth that's all around here, the tree, the big tree here. And that really shows that there's kind of a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of avenues to take. There's all four of the cards here. So I again sort of get that teamwork sort of feeling that I've been getting all week, like working with others. And when we're talking about the Queen of Wands here, we're really talking about being open to female energies and social opportunities. That's a lot of what right here in the morning is the Queen of Wands is a very social person. Um, and
I want to show too that she's kind of translucent, which shows that she's connected with our world, but she's also connected to something deeper and something sort of beyond. So there's some wisdom, hidden deeper wisdom here with this person, and that's the morning energy that we're getting. Excuse me. uh, okay. So around lunchtime, we have the King of Swords, and this is the headless horseman, the Hessian soldier decapitated by a cannonball. You know that story. Um, but I am actually going to read from the booklet for this story to really get a deeper idea of what they're talking about here. So let's see. Where's the swords? Let's see. Here's the swords. Okay. Um, the King of Swords, Headless Horseman. Okay, so the Headless Horseman was thought to have been a Hessian soldier decapitated by cannonball. Um, Using his own severed head as the lethal instrument, the Headless Horseman struck a hapless schoolteacher named Ichabod with a mortal blow to the cranium. Ichabod's horse was found, but the body of the schoolteacher was never recovered. The Headless Horseman crosses the threshold from vaporous illusion to physical predator. The markings on his gray steed, suggest that evil can reveal itself at every turn. The spirit is a reminder that mental agility is paramount if you expose yourself to new ventures. Don't lose yourself in daydreams, but stay focused on the reality of the potential perils ahead. A powerful masculine presence may cross your path and shake you out of complacency. Beyond the veneer of cold control may be someone who can offer necessary clarity and insight. Use your head. And I think that's a really interesting connection with the King of Swords, because when I think of the King of Swords, I think of a stern authority figure, someone who's almost emotionless or um, really thinking logically, maybe even over logically, not thinking about other people's feelings, but someone who's very stern and in charge and bossy is a word I kind of think of, but also very intelligent and deeply logical, and like I said, non-emotional. So this is a sort of energy we have here is someone um, who is all those things: stern, justice, very black and white is kind of what I get from the King of Swords.
So this is the kind of person that we'll be dealing with around lunchtime, and it may even represent your feelings at that time. So it's something to think about there. And I do think it's interesting that we have the queen, a queen of wands, and then king of swords. Um, this is a very social person, uh, creative and social, and uh, a bit of a worker bee. And here is someone who's stern and boss like and non emotional, probably not chit chatty, probably just wants to relay cold information, basically. Okay, and then around sunset, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And we got this during the weekly reading, if I remember correctly. And let's see, yes, we did. The Wheel of Fortune, that's right. These were the hungry ghosts of Hindu mythology. And these were souls condemned to wander the earth until their karma is worked out. They roam around with extreme hunger and thirst. And the big bellies here um, combined with their hunger and thirst show that they have an inability to fill a void. Um, every action has a reaction. And this card really represents letting situations work themselves out and realizing that your actions may have caused this. Okay, so this is a very go with the flow sort of energy. And I also feel like these people here are under the control of this person. So they're just kind of being told what to do, and they're going with the flow, letting things happen. And yeah, that's a lot of what I get here. Is it's a lot of a consequences of actions sort of card. So yeah, that's the energy we're getting here. I really feel like a connection with like these are the worker bees of this person. And they're just, doing a daily routine sort of, just doing what they're told. Okay, and the final card is the Eight of Swords. And let me adjust the lighting here a little bit. It's getting a little dark in here. Whoa, wow, that suddenly changed. Okay, um, there we go. That's better. Okay, a little brighter here. See some of these cards. See if maybe we were able to see these. It was getting kind of dark in here. Okay, and this one. Look at those bright colors. Most of the cards in this deck are kind of a grayish tone, and this one's very bright. And then we have this one. You see these cards here. And finally, the Eight of Swords. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the Eight of Swords. This story is about the Flying Dutchman. And um, this is about Vanderdecker and which is a ship captain, and in his unrelenting quest to navigate the rough waters around the Cape of Good Hope, he did not listen to the warnings from a ghostly figure on his deck and his own crew, resulting in the vessel being transformed into a phantom of unforgiving seas and cursed to sail for eternity without rest. So, this really has a lot to do with being stuck in a situation because you didn't listen to the warnings or the opinions of other people. Um, and that's really what we're talking about here is a a poor choice that you could have made a better choice, and now you're kind of stuck in a situation. And I feel it's kind of connected to this card here. Um, uh, these people, they're also sort of stuck in doing a daily routine every day and just going with the flow and dealing with choices, the consequences of choices. And this kind of has the same sort of feeling. Oops, I dropped some of my cards. This card has a lot to do with making a choice. There were other avenues to take, and there were other choices to take, but you decided to go a certain route, ignoring the way out, and now you're sort of stuck in a situation. And I feel like it's advice from this person. This person has the logical advice, but this person seems to be more creative and have a more creative outlook. And I feel like these two are very, I wouldn't say opposing, but they have different outlooks. And and I think these two are offering advice and a way out or something else, or this is the boss and she's offering a way out. But it's sort of being stuck in a situation because you weren't listening to other people, or you weren't looking at all the options. And that's really what I see here, not looking at all the options and sort of being stuck in um, a situation based on the choice that you made. Okay, so that was the reading for today. Thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.